Here is the new Band-Aid plastic strip with new...
Worlds.
Oh, I fucked it up. But who
Welcome
cares,
to the
right?
Oddities Comic
This fucking
Verse.
guy.
All right, and you're good.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the comic verse with Venom number 8. So yes, as you can see from the cover, that is definitely King the Conqueror, and we pick up where we last left off. I don't know if you remember where we left off. I'm not gonna tell you. Go back and listen to the previous episodes. But no, we pick up with Eddie Brock meditating, and he's still at the end of time. It's like the current Venom run, it's super weird, super timey-wimey, as you do. And he's meditating, trying to figure out how does he get back to the proper time, because he's wanting to protect his son and get back in touch with the hive mind. Well, while he's doing this, he pretty much has a panic attack and slips into the 602nd century. Hey, I remember that. Hey, that's what's up. But he is aboard
And we're back.
All right.
That's so weird.
I know it is. It doesn't make any sense.
That's okay. Okay, so that's
He's
what it
aboard
was
the-
doing with the fucking speakers.
Keep
Yeah.
it to yourself. He's aboard the starship Nathaniel, and he is in the body of the 602nd century version of Venom. And this version of Venom is like a War Star class symbiote. And his mind takes over, and the symbiote's aware of him. He's like, all right, host pilot mind has integrated. Is like, okay, this is a little bit different. It's weird. It's pretty jarring. We're in a whole different timeline, a whole different set of circumstances. And that's when you find out that this War Star symbiote is in the service of none other than Kang the Conqueror, which you can't see, but he's off camera right here. Kang is already well acquainted with Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock doesn't know it yet. Like, he's seen Kang before, but Kang is talking to him like they're old buddies. It's like, for all Eddie knows, that's probably true. Like, Kang is seen pretty much every tomorrow, has it all mapped out, already knows what's going to happen. So that's the problem with King the Conqueror. He's OP. Needless to say, you find out that this is all a plot by Meridius, that Meridius is using Kang to do something with Brock. And we don't know what that is yet, but still pretty cool. And it seems that the next few issues are going to be what happens. Anyway,
So he doesn't know him, but he knows him.
he doesn't know him, but he knows him. We go into Dark Knights of Steel, and where we last left off, Bruce Wayne, the Bat Knight, had been stabbed by Kal-El, and told to leave the kingdom because the truth came out that Batman in this storyline is actually a bastard son of Jor-El, Kal-El's father.
Well, where the fuck was I at?
You were elsewhere, sir.
Like, when the fuck did you start reading DC?
Dude, issue 7, motherfucker.
Dude, that was a whole book ago, bro.
Wait, no, for real.
It was for real, yeah. Seriously.
We're on the issue 7.
I don't
This fucking guy.
He started at the end of book 3, bro.
even... Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the night.
None of that.
Man, yeah. I'm so sorry, but like,
Spoilers, I guess. You drunk fuck. Anyway, where we last left off, Bruce Wayne had been stabbed by Kal-El, and he wakes up having a nightmare. Like, where we last left off, he had been wounded, and he was taken in by this universe's version of John and Martha Kent. So they take in Bruce Wayne's Batman in this Game of Thrones universe, and they're pretty much nursing him back to health. Well, in the meantime, Raven of the Teen Titans, or as they're called here, the Titans, she does the surgery and removes the shard of kryptonite from him that Kal-El stabbed him with. House of L is all against anti-magic, let's just get rid of all that stuff. So she nurses him back to health, pretty much tells him, we helped you out, but you got to stop, like, trying to murk us and whatnot. And Bruce Wayne's right. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna start running fades on y'all because y'all pretty decent people. Meanwhile, we switch over to the Kingdom of Storms, and if you remember back in what was it, issue 2 or 3, someone posing as Zara, Supergirl. Someone posing as Supergirl killed Black Lightning's kid, essentially, like picked him up and then dropped him out of the sky. So we go over to the House of Storms and we're met by Ra's al Ghul and Constantine, and Ra's al Ghul is returning the sun back to Constantine, and he's been revived via the Lazarus Pit. So it's like, you can't be a leader, but you are back and you can fight. So as a part of the deal that Constantine made with Ra's al Ghul, Constantine pretty much gave Ra's al Ghul the location of the Titans. So that's where we pick up with Bruce Wayne, and here comes Ra's al Ghul ready to fight Bruce Wayne to get at those Titans because he wants them for his own. So Bruce Wayne squares up with him. He's got his Superman powers because he's been revealed to be a son of Jor-El, and he's ready to fight. And that's when Ra's al Ghul's like, oh, no, I'm the head of the demon. And you find out that in this universe, Ra's al Ghul is the host for Etrigan, which is super cool. So for those of you who know what Justice League Dark is, yeah, Etrigan's really cool. And that's when they get into a big ass knockdown drag out fight, and this causes Ra's al Ghul to leave and retreat, and the Titans join with Bruce Wayne in this universe, and they are preparing to stand in between the Amazonians going to war with a House of El. And we'll find out where we go to next week. And that brings us to our final book of the week, which is Moon Knight. You know me, I love me some Moon Knight. Oh, so speaking of which, in that DC book, you get a great bit from Beast Boy, and he's like, he turns into a fucking dragon. It's fucking awesome. Read it.
So I remember you talking about fucking Moon Knight and shit, but I just don't remember you talking about damn DC bullshit.
Moon Knight 13. And so it's like we're past the Zodiac arc for now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have more Zodiac later on. But we pick up with one of my favorite villains talking to this new character, this vampire character named Tudor. But the villain he is talking to is Taskmaster. And Taskmaster is pretty much been hired by Tudor to try and kill Moon Knight. Taskmaster ain't about that life though. Because it's like, if you know one thing about Moon Knight, the main thing. So Tudor's asking Taskmaster, so explain to me about Moon Knight. And Taskmaster's like, I once seen Moon Knight rip the head off a Terminator with nothing but a little pair of flip-flops on and his iron determination. I am not the guy for this job. I don't want the smoke. I don't care if you have a barbecue pit. That smoke can go to somebody else.
I'm not that guy, pal.
Yeah. So, and so the reason why Tudor is after Moon Knight, Tudor is a vampire. And remember when Soldier got shot because he dressed as Mr. Knight to try and fight against Zodiac while Moon Knight was on his way there? Well, Reese, Moon Knight's vampire assistant, turned Soldier to keep him from dying. So now Soldier is a vampire. So, and this creates a problem because this is a problem for Tudor because Reese turned Soldier into a vampire. This is a problem for Tudor because he gets money off of people wanting to become vampires. It's a pretty interesting racket. Some people he promises, but if they have enough power and influence, he'll go on ahead and turn them and make them vampires and make them a partner. So when you have someone else who's willy-nilly turning vampires, well, you can't have that, right? So
Willy-nilly.
Naturally, this is a problem. So yeah, Tudor's hired Taskmaster to try and kill Moon Knight. Except Taskmaster's like, I don't want your money. I'm just telling you what you're going up against. This dude is crazy. It's like I would much rather catch hell from Deadpool than to have to deal with Moon Knight. That's how much I hate this dude. So Taskmaster says, you know what? Find somebody else. which he does, and it's a couple of like C-list characters from some. So he has a couple of C-list characters from someone else's book who wasn't selling too well. And so Taskmaster like turns up to Moon Knight while Moon Knight's out kicking people's asses for no reason. And he's like, "Hey, yo, there's this vampire dude, Tudor, who's like trying to kill you. He hired me to do it." And Moon Knight's like, "Well, step up then." Like, Taskmaster's like, "No beef, fam. I'm just letting you know, like as a professional courtesy."
Nah, bruh.
Listen, pure
Nah, look
He
who.
said, I wasn't planning on doing anything.
Yeah,
I just wanted you to know what's going on.
purely a messenger.
No,
you got
Listen, Timothy.
you got major heat from the vampire community right now, and they don't like the fact that you're turning people. So Taskmaster's just letting Moon Knight know, game recognized game. And Moon Knight's like, so like, what's the deal? Like, how come you don't want the job? It's like, look, we used to be both mercenaries at one point. You quit. I'm still doing the thing. So I'm gonna go make that money. You deal with whatever this mess is. And that's where we leave off on the Moon Knight book. And as frustrating as this was to get through, that is the comic verse. I'll be talking about next week. I'll be talking about this lovely Scotty Young book I read, and
The Me You Love in the Dark.
The Me You Love in the Dark.
And where'd you get that book from?
I got this book from the Book Tavern.
What?
Hey,
My normal comics come from Top Dog, but this one actually came from the Book Tavern. And this book is essentially about how white girls be doing the most. Tune in next week.